Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Grammar Core studio. Welcome to the show. So, on today's episode, I can't believe I'm saying this, we have a topic that I never thought we'd ever have to discuss in a serious way on this or any Magic channel ever. But let's jump into it. So let's jump over to Mark Rosewater's blog. That's right, Morrow, the head designer at Wizards. I can't remember the exact title. It's head designer at Wizards basically sums it up though, right? So, and on the Blogatog, sometimes like the questions just show up kind of weird where, I mean, they always do. I highlighted the actual question because it just shows up easier when I do it that way. So there you go. Sorry, have to ask, but any chance Universes Beyond, Grey's Anatomy, or Taylor Swift? Okay. It's my wedding anniversary today, and my wife has no interest in the best game in the world, but has interest in those other things. Mark's response, there's always a chance. It's terrifying. Any interest in these from any of you? And then many players out there saying, no, for the most part. So the fact that this needs to be discussed is just kind of weird. Again, if you literally showed this blog post to someone 4 years ago, before Universes Beyond really existed at all, players would be like, ha, funny joke, ha. You kind of got to take these things seriously these days, though, which is kind of scary because, yeah, I mean, nothing against players who would want this, but, and you might, think that players who are against this kind of thing are against, like, inclusivity in the game, but to me there's a difference between trying to include every aspect of everyone's life that they like to try to bring in every single person into Magic, and also trying to balance that with the core of Magic and just it as a game, and it being to be able to take it seriously as a property for part of it, and just kind of how it feels like the Magic is kind of caving in on itself, it seems like, where now it has become very Fortnite-esque, where it's just like a way to advertise for other things, essentially, in a way. Where, yeah, I mean, we're pretty close, I'm sure, to the Mountain Dew Secret Lair coming out at some point. It's just kind of scary, where, again, like, the fact that this can even be considered to be potentially an actual thing is kind of crazy. And at this point, I wouldn't put it past Wizards to do something like this, where Lord of the Rings, okay, was a crossover that to me made sense, right? Lord of the Rings is fantasy, all right? Many of Magic elements are fantasy. There's a lot of crossovers on like the creature types that are already in that, obviously. There's a lot of creature types and like in the mechanics of it that makes sense. Like there's equipment, there's all these other things. With Taylor Swift or Grey's Anatomy, there's no crossover at all to Magic. At all. Not one. Not one. And so I understand, again, on wanting to be inclusive for everyone to enjoy the game, but also at a certain point, you're kind of selling out. Kind of. You're very much selling out for profits. Just to try to like squeeze every dollar out of players and to bring players in who might not really be excited about Magic at all, but just excited that they have another piece of Taylor Swift or Grey's Anatomy memorabilia, essentially. Which, again, right or wrong, again, everyone's got opinions on this, and that's completely fine. I'm just telling you my opinion is that I really hope this is never actually entertained to be a real thing. Because, I mean, they've already kind of jumped the shark a little bit. Actually, before this, I was kind of thinking about, because I was thinking about the word jump the shark and where that actually came from. I believe, actually, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that, but there was an episode of Happy Days with the show the Fonz where he jumped over a shark, and that was just like when, well, the show's just kind of gone off the rails now. And it seems like Magic has done that now for a couple years. Like, we jumped the shark a while ago, and now things are just getting a bit more ridiculous and kind of building on themselves. Where, like, again, if this was proposed like 5 years ago, it'd be like, no way, like why would that ever be a thing? But this is being proposed now, like, well, we just did this, we just did Doctor Who, and then we're doing Assassin's Creed, and then we've got Marvel, and then we've got, we already did Fallout, and we also have Fortnite. We've already actually done Fortnite. It's like, okay, what they're gonna be saying, like, why not? Like, this is gonna be more so like a financial decision on whether they make this choice or not, versus like, does it make sense for Magic? And I feel like that's kind of where like Magic kind of lost its place and lost its kind of heart and purpose, because now it's just like, okay, like this is actually a possibility, because like it could make Wizards money, obviously, if they do something like this, or should I say Hasbro money as well. That being said, just because I'm against it doesn't mean that I am not willing to design a custom card on what I think that the Taylor Swift card would be, because I thought that was a fun thought experiment, and I enjoy making custom cards, so let's quickly talk about that. And of course, the actual card for Universes Beyond Taylor Swift, can't believe I'm saying those words, would be Taylor Swift World Star, a 5/5 human god, definitely Taylor Swift, for 4 mana, every color but black, red, green, white, and blue. So I think that's, is that Ink Treader, I think, colors, essentially, whatever that one's called. Hexproof, indestructible, because, yeah, Taylor Swift is unstoppable. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player gains control of Taylor Swift until end of turn, and she can't be sacrificed this turn. So Aristocrat style decks out there, no sacrificing T Swift. At the beginning of your end step, create a number of treasure tokens equal to Taylor Swift's power. Okay, so this, I just kind of thought, like, okay, what would Taylor Swift do? Would Taylor Swift, like, inspire? Would Taylor Swift combat with, like, lyrics? I don't know. More so, I wanted to kind of just show the ridiculousness of the world tour that Taylor Swift is having and the impact that she's having on every single economy that she goes to. Like, she goes somewhere and all of a sudden the economy just skyrockets because she was there and businesses are booming around her concerts, essentially. So with that, I thought that, again, like, you can't just keep Taylor Swift to yourself if she's your commander. It does not matter. Every single opponent gets Taylor Swift, and all of a sudden, I mean, can't be sacrificed. Also, Hexproof, indestructible. Really hard to deal with, obviously. So, like, you have to pass Taylor Swift around the table. Every single player goes. She's visiting on World Tour, right? Everywhere. And then all of a sudden, at the end step, tokens equal to her power. Treasure tokens, because, again, she's generating so much revenue for cities when she is there. So, based on power. Based on how powerful Taylor Swift is. Which is interesting because, like, every single player can kind of add to that power, potentially. Like, if you have a piece of equipment lying around, I mean, if you're the player who has to, so if you probably have some equipment in the deck that, like, give extra power, you're probably going to be like, do I put that on Taylor Swift? Because, like, I'm going to be giving my opponents that, benefit as well, but I get the benefit too and get extra treasures as well. So I think that could be pretty interesting. So it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like group huggy, but also like interesting play with power, and kind of like Corona False God in a way as well, where it's kind of passed around the table. But also, of course, there are ways to take more advantage out of the things that you are making versus opponents, and you can punish opponents for having treasures or whatnot, or you can destroy their treasures, with that kind of stuff too. So I think it's an interesting, just an interesting kind of thought experiment. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on, this design. But yeah, overall, and who knows, again, if that could ever be actually entertained. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities. Again, when it comes to just like, could this be a Magic thing? I think the question that literally is asked these days at Wizards, at Hasbro, is, will this make us money? And I think that is literally how they justify any of their decisions. And again, when they're justifying, doing so many Secret Lairs or so many Universes Beyond, essentially going forward, I think they said now 2 out of the 7 main sets each year are going to be Universes Beyond. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong on that, though, but I believe starting in 2025, that is what they said. So, again, they are going so heavy into that because it's making the money. Now, can you fault a company for making money or wanting to make money? In a way, no. In a way, yes. I mean, when it comes to, again, like what's best for the company versus what's best for the player, their argument for what's best for the player is, well, people bought it. I don't think that that's a good argument for, like, it being a good thing or not for the health of the game, personally. But, we very well might see a Taylor Swift Universes Beyond or Grey's Anatomy Universes Beyond at some point, or something else equally as ridiculous Although, again, we have already seen things that are probably that is ridiculous. Again, the Fortnite one, goodness gracious. I'm assuming we're going to be getting a Mountain Dew or Red Bull one at some point, like next year. So we shall see. Regardless, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on all this. If you were to design a Taylor Swift card, how would you design it? Would it be better than mine? Do you think that mine is at all what Taylor Swift card would be? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.